Go.
Yes! Yes! The dream is alive. We've got a shot because for the first time in forever, there's a quarterback on this roster. A four-time MVP that will save us from Zach Wilson, save us from Joe Flacco and Mike White, save us from Sam Darnold and Josh McCown. Aaron Rodgers is coming. Let's go!
Yeah, and by the way, I know we don't give a rat's ass about it, but I guarantee that there are people in Green Bay who are getting out their pitchforks, getting out their long pieces of wood, tying towels around them and lighting them on fire, and marching to the home of Mark Murphy right now. Because if Mark Murphy wasn't such a D-bag, Aaron Rodgers would not be coming to play for the New York Jets. He'd most likely be playing again for the Green Bay Packers.
I want to thank Mark Murphy. Mark, anytime you want to go to a Mets game or a Nets game, I got season tickets. You're more than welcome. I love that the Packers.
All he had to do was say nice things and not be a douche, and either he retires, and it's all well and good. You figure out the cap stuff when you got to figure it out.
Right.
But now you've empowered him. You've made Aaron Rodgers angry.
And I love that because even
that's
though,
what I just heard all day.
Even though he denied chip on his shoulder, for anyone who heard from Aaron Rodgers, which we did, we had a party in Craig's office. It was great.
We had burritos. It was nice.
Aaron Rodgers just told the world, I'm pissed. And I'm going to make everybody pay.
Yeah, he did a couple things. He told you that he obviously loved Green Bay and loves the people there. Did a great job repeating that over and over again. Said it's a new regime and they clearly didn't want him around. Told you what I told you the other day. Diana Rossini lied about her report. Told you that Adam Schefter knows nothing about what Aaron Rodgers' plans were, but he is a great reporter, so let's keep it above board here because it's not about the reporters. It is about the fact that long-suffering Jet fans, assuming now the Packers and Jets can work this out, and I suppose there's no guarantee they do.
Well, they will.
But they will.
They will.
We have nothing more than 1 year with Aaron Rodgers and a chance to maybe compete for a Super Bowl.
That's all you asked for.
That's all you're getting.
Look. I'm not guaranteeing anything. No one's guaranteeing anything.
Because, Evan, he said he was 90-10 retiring.
No, I get that.
So the fact is this is not going to be an every-year thing.
No. 1 year at a time. And next year, the Jets have a shot. That's the bottom line. As far as the compensation thing is concerned, and I know that as the days go by, if this drags out, that will start to become like the new thing everyone's obsessed with. But it has an inevitable conclusion. The Green Bay Packers, as bad as they look today, and I think they do look bad.
They look bad today,
I think their leadership looks very bad.
I mean, they just scared away a guy who can still play quarterback.
No doubt. And as Aaron said, and I believe him on this, all they had to do right after the season was say, thank you, we love you, it's time to move on, and you wouldn't have alienated and pissed him off. And if they would have done that, based on Aaron's words, there's a chance he retires. And the Packer fan would never have to see him in another jersey.
Right.
But the compensation thing is inevitable. As much as Roberts-itis has controlled my life, I'm not worried. Craig, I am not worried about compensation.
There is a side of it now you do have to consider.
What's up?
I don't know Mark Murphy from a hill of beans. Never met the man. I know who he is, obviously. And we commented on his stuff over the weekend, which I thought was wrong and out of place. And now you recognize Aaron Rodgers didn't like it either, right?
No.
Now, is Mark Murphy a douchey guy? Is Mark Murphy now going to put a chip on his shoulder and say, you know what? We're not trading it to the Jets. Because that is on the table.
Yeah, you
now,
could.
It's highly unlikely. He wants to play for the Jets. They've obviously had deep conversations with the Jets. The compensation has not been worked out yet. That's obvious.
Right.
I can't imagine it's all that difficult, but it has not been agreed to. But Mark Murphy now feels like you've just embarrassed me. You've put me on blast.
Right.
I now control things.
So if they decide to do that and they kind of threaten Aaron and say, look, we're not going to trade you, that means Aaron Rodgers is a Green Bay Packer and they're going to have a cap hit of $30 million. And they're going to have an issue and they're going to have a PR issue. If they trade him, the cap hit is far less and they get some kind of compensation before a draft that occurs real soon.
Yeah.
Now, we are a little over a month away, a little bit more than a month away from the NFL draft. the Packers are going to try to build a football team. Of
course.
So would you, if you're Mark Murphy, cut your nose off to spite your face? Plus, how do you say to basically the people that own the team, which is the community, hey,
Right.
we're going to do something that hurts our franchise, makes us look like asses, and pisses off a guy that we're going to want to bring back in a few years to put in our Hall of Fame or Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So if I had to guess right now, I do not think they're going to dig their heels in and make this thing any uglier than it needs to be. As Aaron Rodgers said,
yes.
I want this thing to be over soon so we could all move on with our lives.
Well,
and I think everybody agrees with that.
It's a major step forward for us as New York Jet fans because while it's not done yet, it's essentially, he told you, I want to play for the New York Jets. I intend to play for the New York Jets. I want to be a New York Jet. I may even wear the number 12. Like, didn't dismiss that when he was asked that question by one of the guys. Here's the rub now. The Green Bay Packers most likely, you have to assume, don't know this is fact, want the New York Jets first-round draft pick. You give it to him or not?
No. I got the power, dude.
Then this is going to go on for a while.
Well, we'll make it go on for a
Because
while.
you
I know
got
I'm
to
getting
figure
them.
Green Bay's asking for it. They should.
I love it.
Right?
You know what is the best case scenario for the Jets? I'm being dead serious right now.
Go.
Let's freaking wait till the draft. Fine, I'll keep all my picks. I'll make my draft selections because at the end of the day, you want to stare me down, I'll stare your ass down. Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Jet. So what I hope
this
Joe
does
Douglas
not go
does
past
here,
the draft. It can't.
of course, exactly.
Right.
So what I do if I'm Joe Douglas is I have a staring contest, and I don't blink because I'll win. Because I know I got the quarterback who wants us. And let me tell you, we all remember where we were the day LeBron made his decision, mostly Knicks fans, and I respect that. When
Yeah.
LeBron uttered those words, I'm taking my down ones to South Beach, all of our stomachs dropped. The feeling I had today.
I was actually in South Beach. I had diarrhea at Prime Italian. And when the announcement came through, I was actually in the can. And I think I called you and Joe.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
We
there you
appreciate
go.
that. We were
There you
filling
go.
in for you that day.
Yeah.
But as LeBron, as those words came out of his mouth, even though we all kind of knew he wasn't coming to the Knicks, in my case, the Nets, our stomachs dropped. And we never forgot those words. And I'll never forget the feeling that I had that night. And I think all of us had that night. While sitting next to my friend Craig Carton, words came out of Aaron Rodgers' mouth that made me moist, as I would once say.
My intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it?
I heard it.
That was LeBron on steroids for us. As that came out of his mouth smoothly, silky smooth, as beautifully as it came out of his lips.
My intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets.
For the New York Jets, the full treatment. Not the Jets, not New York, the New York Jets. Did you not get butterflies, Craig?
No, not really. Not really.
What? Play
I mean,
it again, Big Mac.
I didn't
This
get
doesn't cause
butterflies.
butterflies. Go.
My intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets.
Oh, man.
I would just say this.
Yes.
And I'm not going to be the bad guy because I know Jet fans are so beyond excited right now.
Yes.
And I'll tell you something else. Thank God for that darkness retreat because before he went into it, he was going to retire, he
I
said.
love that darkness retreat.
And the darkness retreat made him contemplate life with football, life without football. Decided he wanted to play, assuming his body could hold up. And he did like a whole bunch of workouts over the last week. And his body apparently feels good. All good with that. And then Mark Murphy decided to open up his fat mouth at a college event or something in Wisconsin and talk about how they're ready to move on from Aaron Rodgers. And that pissed him off. And he's going to be your quarterback, our quarterback, for the next year. They have to win a Super Bowl now.
We get that.
I want to be clear about
Craig,
this.
we get
There's
that.
no guarantee
Craig,
that Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback
Craig.
in 2 years.
Why are you doing this? It's March 15th. It's
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers Day. Let's enjoy the moment. Why are you looking ahead to, they better win the Super Bowl? You sound like Beningo. And he'll tell me that Saturday.
They
He's right.
have to win the Super
Craig,
Bowl now.
You're right. He's right. We
Yeah.
all know that. But on today's day
And I'll
of
do
joy, can't we just think and kind of soak in the moment that Aaron Rodgers said into a microphone, I intend to play.
Yes.
And I intend to play for the New York Jets.
And I'll do you one better.
Yes,
I
you
think
can.
you give up the first-round draft pick. You get it done now. I wouldn't start
no.
playing games now.
Oh, play games?
No, I don't want to play games.
Oh, I'm the game and we'll win the game.
If the idea is to get Aaron Rodgers and he's ready to go right now, then get it done right now.
Nah, you're crazy.
What do they want? Give it to them. Let's go.
That's ridiculous. No rush. Joe Douglas, kick your legs up. Hang out and say, Murphy, I'm not even calling you. You called me. And you know what we'll give you?
It's a dangerous
Whatever
game.
the hell we want, and you'll accept it, you
It
loser.
is a dangerous game.
Joey D in his finest moment. I
Look,
love it.
Joe Douglas has proven, if nothing else, he is one of the great traders of all time.
Yeah.
And I don't mean TRAI, I mean TRAD. He is phenomenal when it comes to getting value in trades. But this guy's different. You're getting a Super Bowl quarterback. You're getting a 4-time MVP. You're getting the best player, all due respect to my former partner, to ever play quarterback in the history of the franchise, including the great Joe Namath. This guy gets here. He's the greatest quarterback we've ever had. You get him for 1 year. No guarantee you get him for 2. You got to win a Super Bowl. And the fact that I can even say those words, that the New York Jets are now Super Bowl or bust, is frankly somewhat exciting.
And Aaron Rodgers agrees because he was intrigued by this situation, and the bar has been raised, and there's no doubt about that. And I agree that the expectations when you have a 39-year-old quarterback who's won 4 MVPs with a lifetime that maybe only a year with him. I agree with you. Maybe it's 2, maybe it's 3, you never know. The year-to-year proposition could turn into a longer marriage than any of us anticipate. Yes, the pressure is going to be on. No one's going to deny that. But today on March 15th, Jet fans rejoice. Zach Wilson is not our starting quarterback. Sam Darnold, Josh McCown, Geno Smith, even Mike White, who I liked, Joe Flacco, not our starting quarterback. Aaron bleeping Rodgers wants to play for the New York Jets.
Well, to be fair, he also said he wanted to play for the Raiders. And that never came to fruition. I don't even know if they had conversations about it.
He
was asked the question. He wanted to play with Devontae again.
Craig, he only had interest in the Raiders because of a guy.
A
guy that he's got a great relationship with. His interest in the New York Jets is far more reaching than one guy. It's an organization. It's a roster. It's a chance to win. I love it.
And while we're at it, I've got another answer for the New York Jets, which is it's a short-term, part-time answer until you get Breece Hall back after the torn ACL. The Dallas Cowboys are releasing Ezekiel Elliott.
Sure, bring him in.
Tony Pollard becomes their featured and only back who they franchised. I know the Cincinnati Bengals are going to kick the tires on Elliott, and a number of other teams will too. I would not be opposed to Ezekiel Elliott being on the Jets, recognizing he's holding a spot until Breece Hall gets back.
He's also not the same guy.
No,
you're not getting the guy from multiple years ago, but I think there's going to be a lot of interest in people joining the Jets to play with Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, 100% they become, but here's again, it's a one-year destination. Now, a guy like Alan Lazard, as we mentioned yesterday, is a good signing regardless because he's a 27-year-old kid in his prime.
Correct.
Who's been a very good wide receiver. And Aaron mentioned that today. Anybody would want Alan Lazard.
I agree.
Because he's that guy, right?
I agree. Yeah.
But we got 12 months now to get it done. And I do love this. And Sonny even retweeted it. I went into the darkness, and when I came out, I wanted to be a Jet. That's got to be put on a stone somewhere. And if I'm Woody Johnson and the Jets, I'm having that carved into a rock that sits in front of one Jet place in Florham Park forever.
And what's so fitting about that is we as Jet fans have been in the darkness long enough. We have spent many a year, specifically the last decade, because even though the Jets haven't won in a million years, there was success that I would never want to ignore. Back-to-back championship games, the Parcells era, even the Herm era. But the last decade has been the ultimate darkness, Craig, because after Sacramento makes the playoffs this year, the New York Jets are going to have the longest drought in North American sports.
And so Sacramento, right?
That is darkness that we've witnessed. And coming out of the darkness with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, oh, my God, I can see the light.
And you know the beauty of him announcing it today? Nobody can now try to take credit for it. Now it's just Aaron Rodgers said it himself. It's Aaron Rodgers, period, stop. Not that it matters to anybody, but I will give Schefter credit for this. He did put out a picture of the text message from Aaron saying, lose my number.
Yeah, that's a good job by Schefter, but that was the other kind of cool moment about this. No offense to Diana Rossini or Adam Schefter, any of these reporters. They're just trying to do their job.
Right.
But when Aaron flippantly talks about their reports and says, as he said many times, they don't know me.
They don't know anything.
And he says, I will say to Diana what I said to Adam Schefter via text. Lose my number.
Lose my number. Keep my name out your mouth. Something along those lines. Hey, look, this is like when you're a Brooklyn Net fan, you get Durant, Kyrie at the time.
I don't want to think about that. Don't bring them up.
I mean, that's what it is.
Don't bring them up.
The New York Yankees getting Reggie Jackson. I suppose if you're old enough to remember that. Roger Clemens and George Steinbrenner's box. Right? CC Sabathia. Like, you're talking now about a transcendent player. This guy shows up. He will play 15 or 16 games, whatever it is, for the New York Jets, hopefully 17, obviously, plus the postseason. And the day he walks on the field, he is now the greatest quarterback in Jet history.
Well, but here's the thing, because Brett Favre had a pretty damn good resume before he got here.
And he was 8-3 when it started off here, too.
No question. You got to perform here. We are a tough city, and what you've done in Green Bay, while we all respect, means nothing.
Well, hold on. Stop that for a second.
Means nothing.
And just to show you that he's got a chip on his shoulder, he said, I'm arguably the greatest Packer of all time.
He said that.
I've certainly played more games than anybody else.
Right.
And nothing. And you basically just kick me to the curb.
He's pissed.
And publicly say, we want to move on.
Right.
He goes, and I thought I was walking off the field with Randall Cobb after that loss against Detroit. And I felt like this will be the last time I walk out of here as an active player. And I look forward to my number being retired. I look forward to being a Hall of Famer as a Packer. All those things that signify the end of a great career. And then when I went into the darkness and I came out and the first voice I heard was Mark Murphy saying, good riddance. Well, now I've got something to play for.
No, I love it. I love the fact that
What
he's pissed
an
off
idiot.
at them.
Do you think Mark Murphy has got to be the hatest guy?
Hatest? Most hated?
Most hated guy in Wisconsin history.
He is the hatiest guy in Green Bay history.
That's the hatiest dude right there.
The haterist guy, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I love him. Thank you, Mark Murphy. Thank you for motivating Aaron Rodgers to say, no, I'm not going to retire. I'm not going to play golf every day. I'm going to stick it to you. But Aaron Rodgers has to understand something. It's the same thing that Max Scherzer learned at Citi Field when he made his first playoff start. Everything you did elsewhere, while it's nice and we all respect it, doesn't mean a damn thing. You are judged by what you do here. So as much as we're going to celebrate Aaron Rodgers today and celebrate him over the next few months, you said it, there will be pressure. And if you don't perform,
you got to win now.
You will see the worst of New York. You're going to see the best of New York.
First round of the playoffs ain't good enough.
I agree.
You have to get minimum to the AFC Championship game. We can debate that at a later date. Even that's enough because there's no guarantees playing for us for more than 1 year, just based on his age and the fact that he was 90% going to retire after this year. But you got a quarterback. Now, the interesting part of this is everybody knows what's going on. It's like if you, and pardon this analogy, it's the best one I got. You know, if you and I are playing poker and we reveal our cards, now what do you do?
Right.
I know what you got. You know what I got. Both teams know what it is. So do the Jets now play hardball?
Yes.
And say we're not giving you more than a second-round pick?
Yes.
And a conditional blank?
Yes.
Or does Green Bay say, look, you need him. You know why? Baker Mayfield's now gone. Derek Carr is gone.
I get that.
Jimmy Garoppolo is gone. There's nobody left. So you know what? We're not doing the deal without a first-round pick.
Why did the Green Bay Packers allow Aaron Rodgers to meet with the Jets?
Because they have Jordan Love.
No.
They like him.
Okay, so they obviously have an intention to trade him. They want to trade him. And there's no other market for him because other teams who may have had quarterback holes have filled those quarterback holes.
Yeah, but now he has said bad things about me.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh, no. Mark Murphy's upset?
Well, if I play Mark Murphy for a second. Yeah. Oh, is Aaron Rodgers upset?
No, we're good.
Okay.
No, if I'm Joe Douglas, I got my feet on the table.
Great.
This is the offer.
He doesn't have his feet on the table. He's pacing right now.
We're giving you a conditional third-round pick. And, hey, Jets win the Super Bowl, that conditional 3 becomes a 1. You got your first-round pick in 2024. Congratulations, and I hope you get it. But for now, I'm not giving in on what the Packers want.
Oh, it's going to be multiple picks, and they're asking for a 1 for sure.
They can ask for whatever they want.
Now, do you settle on 2 number 2s, a 2 and a 3?
No.
Oh, this could then you better dig in.
Okay.
This is not getting settled today.
Aaron is already...
You have to remember this. We talk about these guys a lot, and I do too. Like they're robots. But you saw a little insight into Aaron Rodgers, a human being. He's pissed off. He's got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Mark Murphy, I'm sure, is going to be the same kind of guy.
But here's the difference, and I think you're forgetting this. Mark Murphy is not a dictator. the Green Bay Packers are a public trust.
No, but they're not.
But they are.
The public doesn't get to vote on any
I'm not
decisions.
saying they get to vote on it, but what you don't want to have is one guy, because he's the only guy who's been insulted from this, who's going to have bitterness hold up not only a trade that helps your team get better, because you're clearing cap space for this year, plus adding some kind of valuable draft pick, but you're going to alienate a guy that you want to celebrate. There's going to be a day in which you want to celebrate this man. Why would you do that? Because the public perception to me in Green Bay is going to be very pro Aaron Rodgers.
Of course it is.
And very anti-Mark Murphy.
And they've lived this story before, right? With Brett Favre, back and forth. That was a little different because he retired, unretired, all that nonsense.
It was very different, yes.
But Mark Murphy is public enemy number one. Like, I don't do sports talk radio in Green Bay, but I know exactly what's going on right now. I can't believe Mark Murphy screwed this up.
And he screwed it up even with people agreeing with the concept of, hey, thanks, Aaron, time to move on.
That's right.
Because that's not Aaron's issue. The issue was they didn't tell him anything.
The issue is come to me like an adult and a professional and recognize that I've given you 2 decades of my life and just be straight with me.
Well, you know what really...
Now, it's easy to say that. We don't know how we would have reacted if they did it. We just know they didn't do it.
The thing I truly believe pissed them off, whether we wanted to believe it at the time or not, was a few weeks ago when that report came out from a longtime Packer writer that they thought he was a diva, they thought he was selfish, and the whole building was sick of him. Remember that report? You don't think Aaron Rodgers saw that?
Of course he did.
And was pissed? And was like, really? That's how you're going to treat me on the way out? And Aaron was upset about other players being pushed out on the way out. So he's looked out for some of his former teammates. Let's face it, the Packers are a classless organization.
Now they're classless?
They're a disgusting, embarrassing franchise.
Disgusting and embarrassing?
They're a stain on the National Football League. That proud shield, they're a stain on it. Sad.
Is that right?
And I got bad news for you, Green Bay. That's the Bears division now, okay? Get used to that.
I guess I'm going to have to start having soup with somebody else on Fridays. Tom Brady's out. I'm going to have to. I wonder if he likes lentil soup. I'm going to find out. Now, let me ask you a question. If I told you I couldn't come to work tomorrow because I'm flying to Malibu to do a one-on-one with Aaron Rodgers, would that be all right?
Sure. Who cares? I'm used to you taking off Fridays anyway.
Well, I'm not, but now I'm going to have to get a little FaceTime with A-Rod.
Really? So now you can kiss his ass after you ripped him for the last 3 years?
No.
You basically called the guy a douche on the air. Now you love him?
I never called him a douche.
See, I've been consistent.
I said I didn't want him.
Yeah.
That's all.
But you also said he's pretty douchey.
Well, listen, I told you I also learned more about him as a human being, and I like him.
Oh, so you had an awakening.
But that being said, it's a 1-year trial. And let's be honest, right now the Jets aren't winning the Super Bowl.
Well, they're not winning the Super Bowl necessarily, but for the first time in a very long time, they're a contender. They're in the mix.
Not enough.
Well, man, look, the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's a 1-year shot.
Hold on. The Kansas City Chiefs, in fairness, are in the midst of a dynasty. And that's the biggest challenge the Jets face. Obviously, winning the division is goal number one, and the Buffalo Bills got good news today as they brought back Poyer, which was kind of a surprise.
Well, there's no market for him, which is why he came back, but all good.
But
all
still,
good.
they got him back, which is all that matters.
Yep.
But the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be a very, very tough team to take down. That's why I'm not going to sit here and say the Jets are the team to beat or they're going to the Super Bowl, but for the first time in a very long time, for a lot of people listening, for the first time in your lifetime, the New York Jets are a legitimate contender.
Yes, they are.
Contender.
And doesn't that sound and feel good?
Yes.
Now, if you could just keep your dirty paws off of it since you screwed the pooch with the Nets, we'd all appreciate that.
Thank you. What did I do?
Yeah. 877-337-6666. Who's the best current New York athlete close to the age of 40?
Close to the age of 40? Justin Verlander, first ballot Hall of Famer.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
It's very tough to compare the two sports, but Verlander, Scherzer, Rodgers. It's a tough one.
How old is Garrett Cole, by the way? 30 what?
He's like 33. Now, by the way, I just gave it thought.
Yeah.
I'm going to compare the two sports.
Go ahead.
The better all-time player is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, 4-time MVP.
It's close, though.
Yeah. Between him and Verlander.
Yeah.
Because what's Verlander got? How many Cy Youngs does he have?
2 or 3, I think.
And 2 championships or 1?
He's only got he's got the 2 with the Astros, yeah.
2 with the Astros, right. He only has one win.
Here's my simple answer to this. If I'm making a list of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, where does Aaron Rodgers fit on the list? He's probably top 10. Is that fair to say?
I think that's fair to say.
Brady's going to be ahead of him? Okay.
Sure.
If I'm making a list of the greatest pitchers of all time, with all due respect to Justin Verlander,
he's not there.
He's not top 10. He's a Hall of Famer. He's first ballot.
Then
he ain't top 10.
Obvious.
So, no, I gave it thought. The answer's Aaron Rodgers.
All right, we'll take all your calls. If you're a Jet fan, rejoice. if you hate the Jets, you love the Giants, and you find something wrong with this. I'd love to hear that take today.